Hello and welcome. This is the 7th episode of the Melody Crochet podcast, where I talk about my knitting, crochet, and other crafts as they apply. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. If you're brand new, thanks for stopping by and giving me a try. And if you're returning, thank you so much. Give you a hug for me. I hope you guys have something to drink. Today is the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, everybody. I hope you are celebrating. Not just in America, like everybody. I celebrate all the holidays. If you tell me it's some holiday somewhere, I'm probably going to look up Pinterest how to celebrate that holiday. But 4th of July, America's birthday, Pinterest fail. I am drinking, I don't even drink blue stuff, but I went and got blue Gatorade and put red berries in it, and it died and turned purple. It's okay. It's kind of pretty. It doesn't taste very good, to be perfectly honest. Next year, I think I'll try something clear and natural and just put some blue food color in it. But the berries are good. The guys liked it a lot. I also made a cake. Another Pinterest fail. We're gluten-free because my husband's gluten-free. So we try to make him not feel left out by having gluten-free treats. And I got a yellow cake mix and added blue food color. And I'm sure you guys could do the math on that one. We're saying it's the land of the free cake. We're just going to decorate it like it's the ground. I'll share a picture when I get a chance. This week was Canada Day. Did you guys get to celebrate? I made poutine for my very first time, and the guys loved it. It was pretty good. I made gravy myself, so it's brown gravy on top of French fries, and then you put cheese curds, which look like little, kind of like harder, the mozzarella cheese. They're little chunks. They're completely dry. I would have thought cheese curds would be like cottage cheese, but not at all. And you just put it on top and you bake it all till it's all melty, and it was gone before I could even get a chance to see it. So that was my week. I also got a lot of sun. I am toasty, people. Oh my gosh, toasty. I'm putting on sunscreen. Apparently I need to put on richer sunscreen here. So I don't want to get too dark too fast because I get crispy. I'm not really into even tanning at all. I just love being outside and it's so warm and pretty. I spent this morning, my husband made breakfast and I went outside after breakfast with my coffee and I crocheted and finished my first finished object of the day. And it was so nice. And then I came inside and I was just toasty and I had to work out and I was all dehydrated. It's zesty. But I'm just glad it's warm outside, so no complaints here. And I'm going to start with my finished objects. So I had a lot of, they're not super exciting. I did a lot of work because I kind of had to this week. My son's girlfriend, Amber, her cousin's pregnant, and she came at me, and the baby's due Thursday? So either today or Thursday. And Amber, I showed her how to crochet, and she made the sweetest little alpaca baby pink hat, and it's so cute. And that was last week when she showed me, and I knew that she might not have enough yarn of the same type or anything, so I offered to make a blanket. So I got to work on that, and she's gonna take the pink yarn and do kind of an edging around so she has a little something from herself in it. But I used the pattern. Oh, I love it. I tried to ombre. Let's do it the other way. I like my dark colors down when I ombre. So it is not finished on the edge. This is a Jada and Stitches pattern, and I believe it's about 27 by 30 inches because it's 30 inches this way. Each little section is 10 inches. And I think I chained 108, something like that. So it's about 27 inches this way. That white does not want to show up. I'm a little blown out. This is Simply Soft, Karen Simply Soft. I don't know. Do they have Simply Soft by another name in the UK? They have the other Karen yarns. I want to say it was Hobbycraft, Stylecraft. I forget. But it's on an eye hook, so it's nice and loose. Really pretty, really simple pattern that I really enjoyed. Really. And I started with the purple, which is grape. And then After 10 inches, I went to lavender, which I love. This is one of my favorite Simply Soft colors. Then I finished with white, which is kind of a downer. I don't know if you guys have worked with Simply Soft enough, but these are great to work with. And white is just squeaky. It's just, oh, it squeaks on the hook. It's just, but it's such a pretty color. And it lives forever, and it stands up to everything that can happen to a baby. So it's white yarn that doesn't stain. So you gotta use it, in my opinion. I left my strings long so that she can crochet over the tails when she's doing just a little, probably just a single or double crochet all around the edge. And that way it'll match her little hat, and it'll be from Amber, and that's awesome. So that is my first finished object. These were all new balls of yarn, and this is what's left. See how much, let me make it darker. Whoop, there we go. See how much more you use of the white too? They're the same amounts exactly. I mean, the sections are the same, the hook size was the same. You just use a lot more. The white is just a little different than the other colors. Mysterious, just one of those yarn things. And it's consistent. This isn't the first time it's happened. I don't mind, of course, but just a little extra squeaky. So that is my first finished object. It's a blankie. I have to take some pictures of it before I send it away, because I'm really happy with it. I think it'd be a really pretty cowl, like maybe even probably this way, but like just a cowl or something. It's a really pretty pattern that made, and I got that from a video by Jada and Stitches, and she just calls it her baby blanket. And I looked on Ravelry, and there's no link to it. She only has one pattern on Ravelry. Part of me wants to start making them for her, because she has some amazing simple patterns, and she does these videos that just make it so simple. I should say, in her video she suggests doing a single crochet, it looks like single crochet, several rows of single crochet in a border. I just didn't do that because of the ombre. I would have to either change every color area or have one color go all around. I'd probably choose the darkest purple. I love grape. But I think just having the pink all by itself will be more than enough. But if you make the pattern as written, there would be a border, and it is part of the pattern. So cute. Aw, I hope the baby likes it. Okay, my next finished object. I had made my first one of these years ago. Let's see if I can lighten up. Boop. This is my, oh, that's the back. This is my piano cocoon for baby. It's a newborn to 3 month size, because I went with, when it's not completely stretched out, but when it's kind of stretched out, it's 20 inches around, which is a good middle of the road for newborn to 3 month size. It's right in the middle. I think newborn is 16 to 20, and 3 months is 20 to 24 inches around at the cocoon. So I went right in the middle. I went 21, 22 inches, so it'll fit for a little bit. And I did 16 inches long, because babies are about 20 inches when they're born, give or take, and you don't want them completely enveloped in there, because there's a hat. You could see my amazing cross-stitch skills. I'm sure anybody that makes it will do a better job than I did. But several people, since I showed my very first one years ago, which was pretty rough, have asked for the pattern, and I just never wanted to sit down. It's color work up here. Where is it? It's color work. This is my little prototype. And nothing complicated. I go through the instructions, but I just never really wanted to put the details into writing, because honestly, I made this maybe a year into when I started crocheting, and I didn't know if it was correct the way I was doing it. I didn't know if somebody would come at me with, you know, why on earth would you do that, you know? So lack of confidence kept me from making a pattern, and just instead I showed the pictures and just shared and then mailed it off. So it's basically working back and forth. Let's make it darker. Boop. It's just worked back and forth. And there was some details to the pattern. Oh, 4th of July nails, right? And I got those into the pattern, and I think I stated them as simply as possible, although I might still do a video about it and how I make it up. And that went on sale yesterday with a little 4th of July freebie. So I want to thank everybody who downloaded it. I hope you like it, and if you make it, please take a picture. I want to see, especially the babies. Oh, so cute. The little scallop trim. There's 2 trim options on the pattern. This is the girly one. We have no babies coming up. I know I have the one, Amber's cousin, but I figure I'm not going to send a piano cocoon to her. She might not even like the piano. So I'll just stock it away, just in case. Boop. Hi there. Okay. And my third finished object is not yarn. Well, it is yarn. It's a yarn hat. Kind of. It's literally a yarn hat. Isn't that awesome? It says yarn on my sun hat. I needed a sun hat. So I picked it up at the store, got my glue gun out, picked up some purple sequin trim, and I just hot glued yarn. It took maybe 10 minutes. It was so easy. And it's on there for good. I thought, and I probably will make some flowers or something like that to put on it. Definitely crocheted or knitted, but definitely yarn. And that'll be done. But I can wear it now. I'm pretty excited about it. And it's cute. It was cute. Did a little shopping this week. Let's see. Not sure what to say first. I went and I got, nothing was planned. Everything was very apropos. So everything has a little bit of story. And I did end up in McKinney. I don't know if I shared this. I got this, which is called Solace. Kind of goes between a teal and an emerald green. Malabrigo sock, fingering weight. I have no idea what it's going in, but I just fell in love. It's so pretty. It's green. It could be for my Christmas socks. We could do red toes, heels, and cuffs. I bet that would be really comfy too. But yep, I'm pretty much in love with it. And then I was walking around Walmart. Why was I at Walmart? Oh, I was getting this blanket. I started off with the grape. I didn't plan to do ombre, and I was getting near the end of the purple when I realized I was gonna need at least 2 balls of purple. So I went on a hunt for purple, well, grape purple Karen Simply Soft. 3 stores, and I could have sworn I see it all the time. 3 stores, and it was gone. It was not to be found. So frustrated. So I decided to do the ombre. I already had the white at home, and so I just grabbed the lavender because that was at a store. So I was digging into the Simply Soft areas pretty deeply and all over, because I was in a Walmart. The yarn there, it ends up in the wrong place. People pick it up, they put it down. So I was being pretty nosy in the yarn section, and I'm in the cotton, and I see something behind the big cones of cotton. I'm like, what is that? So I'm literally down on my hands and knees in Walmart at the yarn section, and these were hidden behind the cotton. Aren't they pretty? I got my mandala, and it's purples, so cute. It's called Wood Nymph. They had 3 of them, but I figured that's a bit much to get 3 of them since I didn't have any plans. But now I'm seeing so many shawls and so many blankets made up from them. Oh, so pretty. So I like it. There you go. There you go. That's a little bit more true to life. It's just a gradient of purples and periwinkles and white. It's kind of fluffy, DK weight, and each ball has a really cool picture of how the colors work up together. But each ball is 150 grams and 590 yards, which is amazing. They're suggesting size 5 knitting needles and a size H crochet hook. It's 100% acrylic, so machine washable, and I'm just loving the little kind of haze coming up off of it. Look at that halo, it's so cute. So I'm really excited. I did not expect to find any. Everybody's having the hardest time finding any mandala. And I was out and about a couple days ago, and I forget why. I think I was just driving around, and I stopped into Joann's. No reason whatsoever. I haven't been to Joann's for a little bit, and it's a bit of a drive. Not long, maybe 40 minutes. And I didn't get a thing there except for this. Plans? None at all. But look at that color. It's called Flamenco Stripe. It's Red Heart Super Saver. It's just colors. There is no yarn snobbery here. If it's pretty, I want it. And speaking of my red heart, I don't know if you can see, the yarn stash did not grow by that much. I don't know if any of you have ever taken in the yarn stash behind me, but like, I found that when I was making this guy, I needed white yarn, white worsted weight acrylic yarn, and that doesn't even make sense to me. Why on earth wouldn't I have any white worsted weight acrylic yarn? It's just, I can't even fathom. I mean, I don't have it. So I went out and I got some, and I realized I probably do in one of the totes. I think I was talking with Zines and Roger about how the yarn stash looks cute, but there are totes of yarn that's not cute everywhere. It's in a container under a bed, and the cotton was in a tote by my desk, and I wasn't able to see it all, and I had a few times very recently bought yarn that I didn't need to, or bought yarn that I already had, and that's silly. So it's okay to rebuy it if you're using it, but if you're not using it, don't need to rebuy it. I hate to think that I'm being wasteful. So I went ahead and brought all the yarn together. So up there is the sock yarn. Well, it's the fingering weight shawl yarn. It's hiding. And I'll go uncover it. One sec. That is the shawl yarn. And that is kind of just random wool. Nothing really in particular, just wool yarn. Mostly worsted weight, a little bit of DK. If it was wool and fingering weight, all of that is wool. Yeah, I don't think anything else is up there except for wool. There might be some mixes in there, some alpaca and some, what do you call it? There's a little cashmere. And, oh, there's my crochet hooks. Boop, right there. And right here is basically cotton. The whole thing is cotton. And then right here is ball acrylic. Like, you know how some acrylic at the craft store is in a ball instead of a skein? This is the ball. So it's like the Impeccable, the Vanna's Choice, and stuff like that. And then down there is quite a bit of I Love This yarn and Red Heart Super Saver. So it's all there. That's the entire stash. There's a couple balls that are out, like I've got this guy sitting here. No good reason. No idea why. And these guys will go live there soon. And I love having it all at my disposal. So I can look at it and know that I don't need white acrylic. That was my last collection. It's so pretty. I don't know what I'll make with it. Maybe another beach bag. That could be cool. It's stripy, and it's exactly what it looks like. It's just super bright, peachy, pinky, purple. and I had to have it twice, I guess. So we've gotten through everything I've made and the strange choices I made for purchases, and now let's look at what I haven't made. Unfortunately, all I had time for this week was, because I made the piano cowl 2.5 times. I made it once, I made the little swatch, and then I made it in purple. So I'm writing the pattern up and making the PDF and everything. It was questionable. I had a lot of questioning myself. So hopefully it works. It worked for me working from the pattern. So I didn't have time for my beach bag. Dagnab, he's still here. And he's still the same size. But this is, I finished that blanket this morning. And so this is priority 1 right now. This guy gets finished probably today. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm making pom-poms tonight after the little one goes to bed. We are just we're going out to a little city celebration and walking around, kind of a far off city, and then we're going to come home, cook up some sausages, and then we're going to go to a local church and watch some fireworks. So I should have lots of time to work on my beach bag, which is in my amazing cotton bag. And I'm making that from my fairy cake, my Karen Cakes in Fairy Cake, on a G hook. So it takes a minute. It's a slightly smaller hook, but I'm really enjoying it and I can't wait to have it. Now, another thing that got no attention this week, and I'm really sad because the along ended, but she's giving us a few more days, so I'm hoping I can get in there. And it's got very little work. I did add turquoise. Lower the light here. I added turquoise. Isn't it pretty? She's still got her jewelry on there. And I'm loving it. I'm almost ready to add purple or speckle. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in. And that one is the blur from the Addie Day Designs, and I'm using a G and an H. I would love to have this finished this week, and I could totally see that happening. It's a lot of crochet. I've done the blanket, the pattern, the beach bag, and my blur, and that's a lot of crochet. I haven't knitted at all, which is a bummer. I really miss it. I'm starting to see knitting patterns online, and I'm jealous. And this is my upside down bag. I do love a vintage trailer. I also love the VW bugs. Did I say bug? It's a bus. So cute. And this week I'm going to be starting my flip-floppers. I believe the 6th I'll be getting the pattern, and I'm doing flip-flop socks in these 2 colors. This is the heels, toes, and cuffs, and this is going to be the main color. And it looks like there's some ribbing in there, and it looks like there's some cables. They look like they're really fun. So, and I have my needles all set, and my little flip-flop stitch marker all set. Very excited about this. The Tour de Fleece has begun, guys. Are you spinning? Anybody spinning? I saved fiber all year long for this. This is my bluey purple fluff. It was gifted to me. No glitter. It's awesome. Just a flat bluey purple. So pretty, and I can't wait to see how it spins up. This is my tiny little spinner. It's a little micro one. I got it when I was at a Paca festival not too long ago, and I just love it. So that's where I am. I'm going to be spinning a little bit. Get myself all settled in. I've been watching I'm probably going to butcher this name, the Great British, oh gracious, I got wool in the face. Did I put my face in wool? Okay. Sorry, that was terrible, but whoa. I'm eating wool here. Great British Bake Off, the competition on Netflix. It's It's my first time seeing it. Everybody said that I would be completely addicted, and I have no idea why, because I'm not an amazing baker. I like to have a cake now and again. I also made, I made pumpkin chocolate chip gluten-free muffins this week. And I made a cute little 4th of July doily and put them on there. Let me show you guys a picture. It's super cute. And I was very proud of those. Then I made my cake this morning. So I like to holiday bake. I guess that's it. I like to decorate baked goods. It's my thing. So let's see. Thought I had one more thing I was working on. I guess not though. Really, the blur and the beach bag need to get done. And then I want to start devoting myself quite a bit to my bendy arrow, which I'm not even going to show it to you guys again because it's literally this big and it's purple. I love it, but it hasn't gotten any love. The crochet really took over my life this week, so let's get through these crochet projects and then I can just languish for hours on a knitting project. I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome. I'm also excited. If you guys get a chance, go check out the Mixology shawl. It's beautiful. We are doing a knit along at the local yarn shop in September. So I'm just collecting colors for right now. That'll be September, and in August I'll be knitting the Oracle shawl by Kristen at Yarngasm. So I have a lot of knitting ahead of me. I am plowing through a lot of crochet right now and not nearly enough of my sock. My sock's been neglected. Look at this poor sock. It's the same size as last week, guys. It makes me sad. And he'll probably go, oh wait, he was my Easter sock. I am loving this yarn. But he'll probably go away while I work on my Christmas sock right now. And I'm hoping when we go out right now, we're gonna stop by a yarn shop. And I'm hoping they'll have something 4th of July themed, just something with red and blue in it. And I can make that my 4th of July sock and get those started. My holiday socks, I tend to start them on the holiday, and then I have them so I can work on them all year long. And the hope is that I will have them done before next year on the holiday. So these will be my Easter socks that I worked on Easter. And I'll probably finish them right around Easter time next year. And I'm a very slow sock knitter. It really is just a pleasure. And this is on my 9-inch Chaogus. So they are pointy little guys. And I just love them. And they knit themselves. It's amazing. I've forgotten how to knit. I've crocheted too much. There we go. I think I got the motion back. I really thought I forgot. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna need to start on YouTube all over again. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little bit of knitting time tonight. We'll see. But I am liking that Great British Bake Off show. I might be wrong about the name on that. If I am, I'll fix that. What are you guys working on? Did you do anything to celebrate Canada Day, 4th of July, just summer in general? I hope so, because it is just too pretty not to. We had storms all week long, and it looks like you guys probably did too. It looked like there was a little bit or a lot of bit of rain all over the place. But I really feel, and this is just a hunch, I feel like the storms are over for a while. It has been muggy, and just feeling like rain has been coming on even when it was hot for ever since it warmed up really. And now it's not. It feels like a nice, I'm looking out the window. It feels like a nice, dry summer hot. And I'm thinking the storms might be over. We'll see. So, you guys have a great dinner. Enjoy yourselves. Let me know what you're up to. Take lots of pictures. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you have any suggestions, comments, questions, please join me over in my Ravelry group. All of my social media tags are below and on the main page of the YouTube. But on Ravelry, I'm MelodyCrochet2. On Instagram, I'm MelodyCrochet. And let's see, there's something else. I have Smiley Yogini on Snapchat, but I've been neglecting Snapchat lately. Ever since I'm getting more and more comfortable with Instagram stories. And I find that I put all of the yarn stuff and all of the finished items and everything on my Instagram, and then my Instagram story is just like day-to-day lazy life, just the messy house. So the house is clean on Instagram, and then on Instagram stories it's like a whole different universe. But I digress. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you have any questions, comments, please join us on the Ravelry group. Come see me on Instagram. I'd love to follow you back. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great week. I'll see you next Friday.